Welcome to Music Row, a backstage pass to your favorite country artists. Here's your host, Leake.
Welcome back to the program. Another good one for you today. They're always good. They're always great. And it's all because of you, the listener. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the likes. And if you haven't already done so, take 2 seconds and hit subscribe. That way you get the next episode the moment that it's published. Shawn Desman and Dallas Smith on this week's episode of Music Row. Who in the world thought that this was going to happen? Not even them, I don't think. They have a new song called One Good Life. They talk about how it came to be. And you'll be surprised too that this song was written years ago, but it wasn't until 2019 that they actually decided maybe we should record this. Talk about touring, talk about how things have changed over their careers, because both of these guys started like 2001, 2002. So they put in some hours, they put in some tours, and a lot has changed in the music industry over that time. There's some good laughs in this one. Shawn Desman and Dallas Smith on this episode of Music Row.
Hi, my name is Kim Stockwood. I am a proud Newfoundlander and a Canadian singer-songwriter. In a landscape where many lack access to health benefits or employee assistance programs, the Unison Fund serves as a lifeline of hope for musicians and music industry professionals facing medical emergencies or mental health challenges. To learn more about Unison and their programs, please visit unisonfund.ca.
I don't know why this has to be the way it is, but why do you have to do morning TV live as an artist? It seems so opposite of what an artist is capable of. You're night people.
Tell me about it. Got to shake the hands and kiss the babies, I guess.
Everything is a taped world.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to... Let's start this off on a better...
You know what? Let's try this again. All right.
Shawn Desman, Dallas Smith, 25 years into your careers, you decide, hey, why don't we do a song together? Now, it was a different time, 25 years ago, call it. One artist was doing R&B, pop. The other one was doing rock. Mm-hmm. Welcome to country music, everyone, with Shawn Desman and Dallas Smith. So many number ones already on the countryside for you, Dallas. Shawn, not one yet. I think it's because of musical releases thus far that you don't have a number one at country.
It could be. There you go. It could be.
I'm just kind of laying it out for the people who may not.
I like it. Oh man, this is going to be a good interview. I can just tell. I can just tell.
So, Shawn, you write the song. You decide, okay, I got this song. Mm-hmm. Was it always meant to be a duet?
It was always meant to be a duet, but it was not always meant to be a country record. The original demo version that I have is like a pop kind of like R&B song record. And then I wrote it with a good friend of mine whose name is Tebe, who's a country artist. And he obviously, you know, a lot of his influence is in country, although he's a great pop writer.
He's got some One Direction credit.
Yeah, 100%. Yes. You know, in 2019 when we wrote it, and then, you know, fast forward to 2023.
This was written in 2019?
Yeah, 2019, yeah. Then fast forward to 2023, and I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, this would sound so great as a country record, because it's one of those songs that is a storytelling song. And as we know, country music is a storytelling genre. So I literally was like, who could I do this song with? And right away I was like, Dallas Smith. So I FaceTime him, I call him, and he picks up and he's like in a wig. He's got eyeliner on, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
Full on.
You want to explain? You got to explain.
80s rock star mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, he cold called me, and I was like, in a full dress, full wig, everything like he said, and Shawn Desman.
Hang on, was it date night?
Yes, it was date night. Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Why were you in this 80s costume?
Oh, well, yeah, that part. I was filming a movie. It was that movie I was doing in Edmonton.
Oh.
So he just called me in the middle of the day, and I was like, I'm going to answer this call. It's going to be hilarious. So yeah, that was the first time we sort of chatted face to face, and it was pretty funny moments.
It was.
Yeah.
I got to tell you a story about the other moment. So before we even got started talking about the song, Dallas was like, hey, I got to tell you a story. And I'm like, oh, great. What's the story? He's like, so my wife, you came out to Vancouver back on tour, early 2000s, and you brought her up on stage and gave her a lap dance. I was like, great. So you don't want to do the song.
Was this at the number 5 Orange?
Oh my! Do you know I've been there?
Do you know my wife worked there?
Wow.
1, yes. 2, no. I do not know. I didn't know.
How do you know?
Was the number 5 the one that had the spiral staircase in the middle of the dance floor where you...
Now you're getting that I can't remember. I've only been there once.
The entertainment would come down the stairs, and maybe that's where there was the private room or something like that?
You know what? To be quite honest, I've only been into the number 5 once, and I don't remember much of it.
Got to meet your wife?
Yeah. I literally, she was a waitress there. She worked at the Warehouse Studios, just down the street. Brian Adams' studio is the receptionist there, and then she would get off of work and walk up a block and waitress
make real money.
Yeah, make the real money. Waitressing at the number 5 Orange. So yeah, I've picked my wife up at the number 5 Orange.
That's hilarious. I just learned that right now.
Yeah.
And about the lap dance. What a time where you could do things like early 2000. It's crazy.
We were wilding out.
If you were to suggest things today that you could suggest in the early 2000s, like prison sentences.
Yeah, 100%. Canceled in a heartbeat.
I was working radio at that time in Vancouver, did not get a lap dance from Dallas's wife. But the things that people would do to get a CD, to get a movie pass, to get tickets to a show, where now if you said it to anybody, they'd be like, hang on, you flashed your what? To get a movie pass?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you said that. I had a girl flash me at this last tour. We were in, I can't remember what city it was. And she
Winnipeg?
just taught, what?
If it was
It might have been Winnipeg. It might have been Winnipeg. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tatas were out just like, no problem. Like, here you go. It's like,
yeah.
You know what? There's a
little throwback.
But guys, did you see that?
Not all heroes wear capes and sometimes not tops.
This is true.
Okay. So we got to go back again. I'm sorry for interrupting because we got so just distracted in dances and such.
Yep.
You're in a wig, you tell the story, and then it gets right into, I've got this song, you've got this song already, and you're like, hey, why don't you jump on it?
Yeah, I was like, I want to send you a record that I have, and I think it would be really cool for us to do this together. I think, a Shawn Desman, Dallas Smith collab is on nobody's bingo card. Nobody's going to see that coming. Right. So, I sent him the record and, thankfully he was really into the song. And a couple of weeks later, he was in Toronto and we were recording it.
So if it wasn't 2019, at that time when you came across this and you had this great idea to FaceTime somebody, by the way, FaceTiming, if we could put a rule in, it should be disallowed. We have to give people notice.
A heads up
that you're going to give FaceTime.
Yeah. Luckily, I was already done up and ready to go for the call.
When I get FaceTimed from people and it hasn't been set up in advance, the phone goes right in the lake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, sorry, unavailable.
I'm with you. I'm with you as well. Yep.
If you guys didn't do that immediately and get into the studio immediately, there's a good chance that this song maybe was never released.
Yeah, 100%.
Because COVID then happens. And everything gets all messed up, and then you're releasing new music. Like each of you have your own projects on the go.
But so I can't speak for Dallas, but I always go back to demos, like old demos that I kind of like, I really enjoy. And then I'm like, this could be like really, really great. Even, if they don't see the light of day. And I always go back and I feel like there's always going to be a home for a great song, whether it's in 2019, whether it's 10 years from now. It's happened actually quite a bit with me.
Yep. Yeah. I've gone back to some songs that just barely didn't make a record. It just didn't seem to fit the mood or the vibe that the record was, and all of a sudden it just kind of pops its head back again. 100%. It makes sense. Yeah.
It's probably too one of those things where you're like, this song is so close. Like it's you don't know what it is, and to your point, it could be just the mood, the vibe,
100%.
What the world is saying at the current time. But for you guys to have had hundreds, if not thousands of songs recorded. I'm talking like from the very demoist of demo. The fact that you can go back to hear a song and go, oh yeah, this is still the one I like. There's something there.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
To even remember it or to recall it.
Yeah. There's always something about a chorus or something about a verse or something like that. It's always stuck in. Yeah.
There's a line in the song where I'm a bit buzzed, so I'm going to say it. I'm not doing it right.
I'm a bit buzzed, so I'll get right out. I'm a bit buzzed, so Come right out. Basically, I'm drunk, so I'm going to say what I want to say. Yeah.
I heard that and I went, that's a great line.
Yeah.
That is a real good line. Now, there's another part to the song, though. I'm going to just throw it out to you guys. I think you're liars because I don't believe any of you owned a Honda.
I never owned a Honda. My friends owned a Honda, though.
Sure, everyone's been in a Honda.
Right?
One of the most popular cars ever sold.
Yeah, I
Dallas
never owned a Honda.
So
no.
you guys have a song
I
where
didn't
you're talking
specifically
about,
say it was my Honda or Dallas's Honda
I run more red lights today
than you ever did.
than I ever did, like probably daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time in my life.
Yellow. I can make it yellow, and red.
Living on the edge,
Yeah.
eh?
Well, especially if there's a little bit of snow on the ground and you've got like 3 kilometers before the intersection, you just go it's slippery.
Yeah, 100%. I can't put my foot on the brake.
What am I going to
No
do?
way.
in this-
I'm gonna-
in
it's
this
dangerous.
situation?
Yeah.
It's
Dangerous to try to stop. Yeah.
So now the song, it finally gets to see the light of day. The problem is now you guys have to coordinate between each other when you can release it because
100%.
That's
you've
the
got
thing.
all your other music. You both did like tours for 2.5 months
Yeah.
right at Christmas, only to stop and go, oh, by the way, here's the music now. Let's start touring.
Yeah.
Or let's start talking about it.
Yeah.
Was this something that you thought you were going to release a year ago, 2 years
It was
ago?
almost a year ago.
Yeah, I recorded that part a
Yes.
long time ago. So
Yeah.
it took a while for the timing to line up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It took a bit of coordinating different teams.
Did you know it was going to get released even after recording it? Or did you think maybe it won't?
I think I knew it was going to,
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be released. I thought the song was so great and his team is amazing. And like the collaboration was amazing. I'm like,
Scott-
this is going out.
Scotty produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty Chops.
Scotty Chops, yeah.
So he already had some stuff in the bag. He's like, yeah, we can throw this on.
Yeah.
Some residuals from another set that you guys were recording.
Yeah, so he just did his thing on the record. And yeah.
It's a great sounding song. And it's crazy to think, though, that I don't think you could have released this song with Shawn Desman and Dallas Smith 7 years ago.
No.
Because country music has changed so much.
Dramatically. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like country music.
Did I say dramatic?
Dramatic. That's
I think I just
like
made
it.
up a word there. I
it.
like it.
It's a location.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Dramatic for about a half hour. Terrible diner.
Oh my God.
Country music, though, was kind of like a hardware store. And then one day they said, let's start bringing in dairy and toiletries. And they became Walmart and a mass audience, global sales. And that's what country music is today.
Yeah.
Where you don't know who's going to be on the next collab. When Post Malone ended up coming into country music, they were like, well, clearly he's following the other gentleman with the tattooed face, that jelly guy.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's no more rules.
No. Good music is good
Beyonce
music.
wrote a country record.
Well, about 50 people wrote that.
Well,
country
yes,
record.
you're right.
As I understand
the
it.
Grammy winning one, yes.
Yeah.
And the Grammy goes to the following people in section 78.
Yeah.
All of you. Good for you if you can buy all those tracks.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. No, that's the crazy thing too. Is like people do listen to now everything.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you grew up in Mississauga, Shawn, you were not listening to metal, I'm guessing.
Hell no. I was listening to Rick Astley.
Because you were not going to give up
Yeah.
on that girl.
Never. Ever.
Whereas today, now you know the fact that you can say, "Oh my gosh, I can release a song that has a country flair to it. I'm going to contact a guy named Dallas Smith."
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. And when you started with Default, the fact that you got into country to begin with was a leap at that time.
Yeah. Crazy.
A decade later, and genius.
Oh, well, thank you.
I feel like you were one of the first here to do that. Other than like the other one I know of is Alanis Morissette. When she was like the pop act and then went and started, did her crazy rock right huge. And then you were the rock guy and then totally flipped. It was crazy.
the one that sticks out to me was around that time was Darius Rucker. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
But even his stuff, it's kind of like what the Eagles then would be country now, right? It's like Hootie and the Blowfish could be played on country radio.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff. So it wasn't a far leap for Hootie, but yeah, it's looking back now, it doesn't seem like it was a really far leap from what I was doing, especially some of the heavier tracks I do. Yeah.
Well, and that's the crazy part too, because you get to play all of those songs that you started with in 2001, 2002.
Yep.
And you get to play them in your sets.
Yeah,
20
it's
years
still kind of
I feel like Use Me could have been a default song.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of got like a little bit of a little bit of classic rock sort of feel to it for sure. Yeah.
So Dallas, I think you and I I might have given you one of your first interviews in the history of your career.
Yep.
This is my first time sitting down with Shawn. What should I be aware of from Shawn Desman? So should I ever ask him in the future, how should I approach this guy?
We share the same sense of humor, so you're safe. You're good to go.
Oh, it's a safe room.
It's a safe room. You're good.
Very safe space here.
It's funny because I was honestly thinking about safe room, and I was thinking about texting you, Dallas, and how I would like to change the text icon and just call it shit talk.
Yeah.
And that would be just, this is only for my friends that I know I can say anything to, and then have
100%.
an extra iMessage icon on my phone.
I have a few friends on a safe thread. Oh yeah.
Where there's a lot of bands who get in a little bit of trouble with that today. And I'm like, why are you trying to be so polarizing to an audience? You know, just take a minute and breathe.
Yeah, there's a line there for sure. You can push it a little bit, but you got to know where that line is for you and your audience.
Started before, like really the beginning of social too. Social media.
Way before,
man.
Well, Facebook was out.
Was it?
No, like when we first started touring, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
There was no Facebook. It was before MySpace.
Yeah, 2005-ish, 2006 was MySpace.
Yeah, so the first thing that popped up on the internet for when we first started touring, obviously no social media via cell phones and stuff, but was a forum called groupiecentral.com.
What?
And that's where
It's like a porn site.
well, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. But that's where females would get online on this forum and describe their experiences with different famous people and stuff. Yeah. That was the first
Lots of stuff about you on there, actually.
Yeah.
It sounds like Penthouse Letters.
It was very much like that. Yeah. Yeah. So like wasting my time, and that stuff came out before all that.
Yeah.
So you almost had to go to the School of Hard Knocks in a sense of training yourself not to screw up, because you didn't know that there was a potential in those days that you could really screw up your career. You got in probably at the exact, like the perfect time. You had the right management in place.
I also find we came from like that last, like of the golden era where like much music and everything, and people were watching videos, and people know what Shawn Desman looks like. People know what Dallas Smith looks like. Like we're
Not
now
the Much Music people. They didn't give him any awards. not one Much Music Video award.
Not one.
Really?
We got nominated.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Shawn is saying this because he's like, dude, I was on the show performing, winning awards
Video
every
of the year. Video of the year, bro. Yeah,
red carpet all the way from his house in Mississauga.
Yeah.
299 Queen Street.
Police escort all the way down to 299.
I never got that.
Yeah, it's just like these artists now, like, the great music and great songs, but I feel like they don't have the people, there's like no identity almost. Like if Alex Warren were to walk past me on the street, I have no idea what he looks like. And he has a monster song. Like,
there's no like curated visual, right?
Yeah.
It's either you come across it online, social, either you find it or it gets fed to you via the algorithm, but there's no like Much Music where it was.
We worked hard to build a fan base. And I feel like that's why we're still successful, especially in the touring realm as well, because we have fans,
connection.
Real connection, real fans,
So, and that's great because you worked so hard in the touring.
100%.
The bands who are not working hard at touring, or the ones that haven't done it over the last 10 years, you can see it.
Oh yeah.
They're now trying to tour, and it's almost like, dude, you're pushing a car up the hill.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot easier. 10 years ago.
I mean, to be comfortable in that space and to look comfortable, you have to have the miles in on stage, right? And be in those situations, the uncomfortable ones in front of 5 people.
100%.
But all of a sudden you're on The Voice, and you all of a sudden are given a wide audience online. Then you go to play a show and you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I have a similar comparison, and that is when I started in broadcast, I went out to a small town end of the highway, British Columbia, and I sucked. The great news is no one listened.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel for, like you say about The Voice, where you get so much exposure right away. Your TikTok followers go through the roof in minutes. Your Instagram explodes. And then you go and post something the next day. You might still suck. And now you kind of outed yourself.
Yeah.
I've always said the same thing about like American Idol. There's like, at the time when it first launched, there was like 40 million people who watched it each week. You would think the top 10 people on that show would have careers forever just based on that many views, but
100%.
they weren't out working as artists, touring as much.
Yep.
And when they get those shots to be on stage,
Yeah, they're not polished, so not ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say, Shawn, better time today to launch a career in music or better time 2001 to launch a career?
You know, I think they each have their pros and cons. I think it's easier visibility wise today, obviously, because of social media. You can, YouTube, social media, Instagram, TikTok, posting videos. You can go viral without having a push from anything, from a label, from
your living room.
Nothing.
Yeah,
From your living room.
Yep.
And also, now with streaming, anybody in the world can listen to Dallas Smith and Shawn Desman, where before you'd have to physically go into a music store to buy a CD, where now you can type in Shawn Desman or Dallas Smith anywhere in the world and you can listen to it.
Yeah, that tour in Tajikistan is going to be pretty big for you guys right now.
It's going to be massive.
Selling out big rooms, man.
Massive
Weather
25
permitting.
cap. It's going to be amazing. And, back in the day, it was also a great time because, labels were actually taking time to develop an artist. There was real artist development. They saw something in a kid and they're like, okay, we're going to take 2 years. We're going to write, we're going to, demo all these songs. We're going to find your identity, and I find that the artists today that really cut through are the ones that do find an identity and the ones that, when you see a video on TikTok or something, who the artist is, what the shtick is. I think it's so important. I mean, it's more important now than it's ever been, but I feel like I had that in 2002. So I was kind of like ahead, like I was the velour tracksuit guy in 2002. Everybody knew me because I was wearing velour tracksuits everywhere. You know what I mean?
Purples.
Yeah. Juicy velour tracksuits.
Nice.
Yeah. I think, again, I think there's pros and cons to releasing music in both times,
I loved the early days.
Yeah.
I love the early days. You're playing shows, you're sucking, you're doing your thing, and then all of a sudden you get discovered by a booking agent, and you start getting leveled up, right? When it was time to get leveled up, then you got the exposure from the labels. You were doing showcases, and then all of a sudden if you were lucky enough and good enough, you got the music video budget, the tour support budget, and the ability to get on tour and kind of your chops and watch the pros do it and share the same stage. Like that was so valuable. Yeah, I mean, the hours that I spent on stage I would not have gotten that if I released now.
Do you think, Dallas, that you could have, without the record label and the support that you had, do you think you could have as quickly gone into touring the US and touring, like you went overseas? I think you were in Japan at one point because the album was
Australia and Europe. And
do you think without a label that was even a possibility for a band like Default?
Man, it would have been, no. I honestly, it was such a...
With a number one single, you got like millions of albums that are being sold.
But how do you get to that million? How do you get to that radio play and stuff, right? You needed that. They were gatekeepers, right? Like just massively at every stage. So it was, if you were ready and you had somebody that believed in you and a team that believed in you, you can go ahead and do it. And it didn't really rely on day-to-day social media stuff that we have to do now, which I don't really enjoy. That's why I love doing the stuff in the early days. You do a music video, you do a radio tour, and you just get out there and you just do your thing. You play music. You don't have to worry about doing all the other stuff.
I'm guessing you hated doing the music video at that time, but looking back, you go, at least it's not
that was easy. Yeah, exactly, right? It was just you banked a whole bunch of stuff and then you just let it go, and it just did its thing, right? And you go out and you tour and promote that way.
Definitely a little bit of a different beast. And speaking of, when you say you went and toured and everyone's on the road and you're developing who you are, and the label had that support and there were showcases. Now the label goes, there's this guy or this person got good songs and they don't have many followers on their social media accounts. There's not stickiness like when you guys were selling all of those albums around the world, because I had an album that I was now listening to 11 songs on. I wasn't just into your one track. So it's wild how quickly it has all changed. And it's great that you guys were able to adjust. I'm guessing it was some sort of talent related thing.
I mean, listen, we're still here 25 years later. I think it says a lot. It speaks volumes about both of us as artists and the fans that we have and the loyalty and the hard work that we've put in. It's not overnight.
Yeah, mix in a bit of luck and timing and the right people at the right time believe in you and giving the opportunity. I mean, that's just there's a lot of talented people.
Oh yeah.
99% of them don't get the opportunity. So
I'm glad that they finally get figured out that they're not as talented as the others and they should get off the road because they're just tying up traffic.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need everybody on the road touring this month because there's only so many spots to tour in.
Yeah.
You guys both just came off of massive tours that were in fall, winter of 2025. You got to go to spots that you would not traditionally play.
Oh, yeah.
I wish artists could figure that out for themselves as well, because there are great communities
100%.
in Canada, in US, around the world that don't get the tours.
They don't.
Some of the best shows.
They are. But they're the best shows hands down.
Yeah, we played, I think we played like 18 shows in British Columbia alone. And we hit up places up north that we had never been to before. And they were just, you could tell it was just something special, right?
they're
Starving
wild.
for live music. And
Yeah.
it was, some really, really great crowd interaction and energy. And it was, you could tell they were not jaded or comparing it to another show. They were just there to have a good time and experience it.
I wish more bands would do that. I wish there
was
would
a
be
blast.
more. I wish there would be more showcases that were outside of the larger cities, because the showcase thing in a large city was always media related. Well, this is where the media is and all that stuff. The media hasn't gone back into the office since 2020.
Yeah.
So to get them out to a show is almost not even going to happen. Just go to, I don't know, Kirkland Lake.
I've been to
shoot a
Kirkland
video
Lake.
there.
I've been to Kirkland Lake.
Yeah. There's no media, there's no industry there, right? It's a different vibe, obviously, when it's an industry sort of driven show, for sure.
Right in Ontario.
That's
a good
a
one
spot
too.
that gets weather.
Yeah.
If you haven't felt cold yet, take a hard north out of Kenora, and that's where the cold,
Gotcha.
lives.
Yeah.
But
Certain time of year, it's beautiful.
They come to the show. I played in, I can't remember, it was a small town in Ontario this winter. Huge snowstorm, massive. Everybody still came out.
Yeah, it doesn't affect
They didn't
people.
care. No, they didn't care.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that we've had a lot of weather in North America that affects commutes and all that stuff. But these communities that are used to getting snow and are used to it being cold, non-phased.
Yeah.
There's going to be a truck that will drive down that road and plow it before the plows come, and it's done.
100%.
We're going out on a Thursday night.
Yep.
So I appreciate it when Mississippi says we got to shut things down because it's a little bit cold. I think that's cool because we don't want everybody on the road. But the northern towns, best time to tour in Canada is winter.
I've always had my most successful tours in those winter months.
Well, let's set something up. Let's get you guys out together.
Yeah,
Full
Would
thing.
be great. It's funny you say that too, because when I was on the road and like how we were talking about genres crossing and whatnot, anytime, because I did One Good Life in the set as like one of my encores. And when I, obviously Dallas was not there with me, but when I said Dallas's name, the crowds went wild. Like they know exactly who Dallas is. And I find that so fascinating and so amazing, because I would never think, but like you said, country music has become like a main genre. Everybody listens to country music now.
Never been
it's
bigger.
so widespread. Yeah. I was just like, this is so cool. Like for me, at least, that was really cool.
So what happens now? We've got the song. It's been released. What do Shawn Desman and Dallas Smith take this to in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing all this stuff now.
You're seeing it right now.
Yeah, you're seeing it now. Hopefully some live gigs together.
Enjoy the top, fellas.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here, right? Hopefully getting to do the song together on stage would be amazing. The Junos are coming up, maybe something there.
I can coordinate.
There you go. See, we got the guy right here. And who knows, possibly more records together. I would love to do more stuff together. I think it's super, super cool.
There's no reason why you can't just release another song every month in today's world.
100%.
And with the duet thing, I think it was last year where it was either Morgan Wallen or Hardy who was on every other track in the top 10 at the country music charts because of all the duets that they had done. There's no reason. If it's good, it's going to cut through.
100%.
Dallas Smith, Shawn Desman, thanks for doing this, fellas.
Of course,
appreciate
man.
the conversation.
You as well.
And we'll check in with you real soon.
This is amazing. Love it. Thank you.
Follow Music Row on X at Music Row Country, on Instagram at Music Row Official. Music Row is produced by Shed of Dreams.